Focus on Diversity with Troy Shaw.
Hello, my name is Troy Shaw, your host of the Focus on Diversity television program on the Diversity Television Network. And today I'm at the Milwaukee County Republican Party headquarters in West Dallas. And I'm interviewing Mr. Rick Baas. Let's welcome to the program today.
Great to be here.
Well, let's go get the elephant out of the room. You're a black Republican, aren't you?
Yes. That's pretty obvious.
Well, what does it mean? What does it mean to be an African American Republican?
Well, nowadays it seems to mean that I need to speak for the party. In the 20 years I've been involved in the party, it hadn't meant a thing.
Okay.
Occasionally you run into a leftover nut, but for the most part it hasn't meant a thing.
Well, is that possibly because the last presidential election you lost 92% of the African American vote, along with 72% of the Latino vote, along with 50% of the women vote, and 30% of the Caucasian vote? We got something going on called the Growth and Opportunities Project. Is this the reason?
Yeah.
Plain and simple as that.
Why?
Well, I mean, then
people like plain talk.
Okay.
Lincoln said nobody ever heard a bad short speech. Yeah, that's why.
Okay, well, that's the facts of the matter. Let's go into the reasons why. Mm-hmm. When African Americans back in the early 1800s, when they were voting in mass majorities as Republicans, and matter of fact, winning elections as Republicans, what has happened between then and now?
A lot has happened, primarily branding. The Democratic Party has managed to help everyone forget that the only initial people elected to Congress of color were Republicans. Okay. That Martin Luther King was a Republican.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All these things are facts. Without Republicans, the Civil Rights Act of '68 wouldn't have gotten passed. Mm-hmm. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission is a result of a Republican initiative. All of those things have been washed over. Mm-hmm. So the Democrats have been successful at branding us. And in order to be successful at branding us, they've had to change definitions and understandings.
Now, I think that should be restated again. The Democrats have been very effective in branding you guys.
Correct.
And in doing so, they're making out like you guys are the bad guys?
Well, they're making out that we don't like people, that we're only for rich folks, and so forth and so on. Everybody knows what we're branded as. The problem is on the party side, we haven't gotten out there with a better message, the truth, so that people understand that for example, this caucus here that I used to represent as the vice chair, the vast majority of these folks are working class. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't even define them as middle class, just working class folks.
Well, see, I think another thing that's people are going to find interesting. Of course, we've seen African American Republicans in the past. But unfortunately, they haven't been able to convince, the average African American out there that it's good, that this is a party that was going to be accepting of them. Mm-hmm. That message has to change no matter what. Look, the elephant in the room, and it has always been in the room in regards to African American acceptance of the Republican Party. Look, the fact is that African Americans have been conservative for eons, for years.
Absolutely.
Been conservative.
Mm-hmm.
But you say that the Democrats have been very effective in basically branding the Republican Party as not accepting.
Not accepting, not caring about poverty, not caring about education. They've been very successful at branding those things, when in fact we're more interested in education compared to indoctrination. Mm-hmm. When you have a community like Milwaukee County that has been controlled by either socialists or Democrats for 74 years, and you have 50% black unemployment, how can you blame the Republicans for that?
Okay. Real talk, people here, real talk. Look, the thing of it is that all people, regardless of race, color, creed, or ethnic origin, or what have you, want to be able to fish by having the pole.
Correct.
Okay? By having the pole. Not to be given the fish. So, how are African Americans going to be able to get the pole to be able to fish through the Republican Party?
Again, it gets back to fundamentals. This stuff can be boring if you want it to be boring, or it can be enlightening if you choose to embrace it, okay? Simply, our education system needs to change. The education system that is inflicted on the children in Milwaukee County has not prepared them to come out and be useful for employment. Mm-hmm. The fact that we've gotten away from telling people it's okay to be an entrepreneur. The Democratic Party primarily, and sometimes even the Republican elected officials come out and do things to hinder business. When young children of color do not believe that they actually can be part of a dream, that the America that they see portrayed on television isn't the America they live in, when in fact one party wants to keep them there and my party wants to help them be liberated, just like we did from the beginning through the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and today. We have to, however, get out into that community, find those holes in the dam that are leaking all the opportunity and sucking the life out of those communities, find where we have common ground, and stay there.
Sounds like a man on a mission, and a man, this particular man, me, I'm on the mission to find out more information of what it means to have universal prosperity coming through the Republican Party. My name is Troy Shaw. I'm your host of the Focus on Diversity television program on the Diversity Television Network. Let's thank again Rick Baas for being on the program. Thank you for having me here. God bless, and we'll be talking to you very soon.
Focus on Diversity with Troy Shaw.